Since January, I've been working hard to be proactive about my personal filmmaking projects. As a freshman, my first semester was very creatively slow. 2 days before moving on to campus, I released a short video I had made for a friend in February of 2019. After that, I didn't make anything until November, at which point I finally edited footage from July to begin releasing a web series that I had promised in June. Looking back, it wasn't that I was creatively drained. I simply felt secure in the position I had found myself. I found myself saying, I'll get to it eventually, or when I did have an idea, it's not going to be as good as I want it to be. Additionally, I had limited myself to a small group of people who weren't pushing for improvement, but rather positioned themselves in such a way where they could take the easy way out. I certainly didn't try to be any different. Over winter break, I started to realize this and began scrambling to correct it. Video after video, 4 in a row, then this class came along and I set my goal. I was going to keep up that momentum, and then several weeks of nothing. School had started back, and I fell into the same routine. And then something changed. It all started with this video. I won't go into details, but looking back, the end of January feels like a complete reset to me. Not just for this goal, but also for my personal life on campus. I started attending club meetings again, I started hanging out with new friends, and most importantly to the topic at hand, I made this short film, Fish Tank. While it started as a camera test, filming the fish that I had recently moved into my dorm room, it quickly began to symbolize something greater. It was about what I was feeling, in its rawest form. I felt trapped, in a fish tank with only a plant and a fake mushroom. Just like the fish, I was wandering aimlessly. I felt safe showing this simply because I knew that, unless I explained it, people would attach their own meanings. Just like many of my projects that I worked on back in high school, I felt emotionally attached to what I was presenting, conveying my story with whatever I had available to me. In the past, that may have been a kid in a Care Bear costume, maybe a child growing up writing in his journal, maybe a comedically anxious kid preparing for a hurricane. That one was probably the most accurate given the situation.
What are we gonna do?
Dude, it's not that bad.
And now, it was the fish. At this point, I realized that it didn't matter what I had or how small of an idea it was. I could make something out of it. My excuses were pointless. If I set a deadline and had an idea, I could make something. And I did. Video after video, some of which being some of my personal favorite work. When responding to the goal segment of the midterm, I said that I was working on a video essay project, and yes, I did start working on it. I filmed one interview and wrote a script, but then COVID-19 hit the US. While I have not yet made an episode, I have the script in place to film it, and I plan to adapt and adjust accordingly. Instead of working on this project, I spent the week after moving off campus making a daily vlog series, ending in a 15-minute sketch comedy compilation that includes, again, some of my best work. Despite the initial hiccups, I do believe that this highly unusual situation has led to some unique creative bursts that I would not have found otherwise, and I'm glad I continue to indulge them. So, yes, I do believe that I succeeded in my goal, and I don't think that I would have been anywhere close to where I am now without setting that goal. I believe that goal setting is important in any environment, whether as a student, an employee, or an independent creative mind. Setting a goal gives both something to aim for and a sense of accomplishment that you constantly strive to achieve again and again.